What's up, guys? Welcome to John's Daily Hustle. So today we are driving to, I think 2 customers that I've got to do today. I'm doing some like snow removal, but as you see, it hasn't snowed yet. So we're actually just going out early and going to do salting. And I'm hoping we don't get enough accumulation to where I have to come back out to plow, but we'll see. It's kind of crazy because this week, it's the second week in December. Today is December 13th. And just a few days ago, it was 65 degrees 2 days in a row, and I was washing and cleaning out the truck. But now it's finally got cold and there's snow coming. So I'm hoping we don't get hit with a lot. I really don't want to have to deal with coming back out and shoveling out the driveways. But I'll do what I have to do anyway. So we're coming out here, we're gonna try and get ahead of it, and we're gonna salt the driveways. I don't have many to do as of right now. You know, like I said, I only have 2. And we're gonna knock them out real quick, and then probably go home and take a nice little nap again because I didn't sleep that well and I'm up pretty early. Alright, so we just got to the first customer's house. Now right here, I'm just going to open up the salt bag, and I'm actually using a red Solo cup. You guys will see me. I'm going to use it to start to sprinkle it up there. There's a porch just off to the left there. And I was trying to sprinkle it all down by the side of the car with it, but it didn't really work so well. Now I did just get out of bed like 20 minutes before I got here, so I was a little out of it, I guess you could say. I was a little tired and a little still sleepy there, so I wasn't quite thinking right that I should have just used the salt spreader to begin with. Now this also is my first time actually salting a driveway anyways. I've only been doing this for a year, and this is the first winter I'm coming up on, so I really didn't have an idea on exactly how I wanted to do this. And I was messing around with the settings a bit on that spreader, because it's just a fertilizer spreader that I'm using to spread salt. So that's probably why you'll see me go over the same spots a couple of times. Now for this one, I'm not salting the whole driveway. I'm only salting the porch just off camera here, all around the car, and then all the way down to the road to where this lady can take her trash to the road and she can pull in and out of the driveway without having to, slip on ice. Now, just down the side of my truck here, off camera, there's also another door, which that's just what I went up to right there, spreading it. And I'm just making sure I got all of it covered here. I probably put more than I really needed to. I could have stopped without doing this. You guys seen me just put more salt into the spreader and spread it. I could have stopped. Now right there, I am going over. Her trash can is over there, and I just sprinkled a little bit by hand by her trash can and by her garage, even though she doesn't use it. So now you see me here, I'm just walking it, making sure it looks okay, and I'm pretty happy with it. And I just want to make sure that there's no possibility of ice building up for her. Well, there it was. That was the driveway I salted, one of them. I got one more to do. We're on our way there. As you guys can see, I started using just my plastic, my red Solo cup to sprinkle it. I did that because as a kid, that's how I used to do it. Long before I had the fertilizer spreader, I just used to use a plastic Solo cup and sprinkle it. That's how I did it for years, growing up. But as you guys seen, I quickly realized and quickly learned that the fertilizer spreader was going to be much faster. I probably used more than I needed, but that was still half as much as I quoted for, so I'm going to make out pretty good on that one. They didn't want the whole driveway done, is where the truck was sitting. I didn't salt it, but I salted next to it. Now there's a porch probably right off camera there that you guys didn't see. I did go ahead and use my red Solo cup and sprinkled a little bit up there, and there's a step and stuff. And down the side of the truck there was another walk-in door that the customer there doesn't use. So that one there, she's an elderly lady, and last year she actually slipped and fell and, busted her head open. So I purposely put more down than it really needed. I'd rather be safe than sorry there for that one. Didn't really think I was going to offer salting and snow plowing and stuff like that this year, but as good money as that was right there, I just made pretty good profit there doing that. So as lucrative as it is, I'm probably going to offer it a lot more now. I don't have a big plow for my truck, so I'm only going to do mainly the smaller driveways when it comes to plowing, because I just have a shovel. What I'm hoping this year is a lot like last year, where the salting isn't, or the snow plowing part isn't needed. All I can do is just salt it and leave. So that was another reason why I put extra salt down at the last one than I really needed, was because I don't want to have to come back when it snows. They're saying we can get 1 to 3 inches. But as you guys know, here in Missouri, the weather always changes and the weather is always wrong. So I'm not expecting to get a whole lot. I'm really hoping it's just more of a dusting and maybe even just a little bit of freezing ice, really. But that's why I put a little extra salt down, to where it'll hopefully melt it all and I don't have to come back. So this next one I'm going to, it's right down the street here. The driveway is really small, so I'm not even going to pull the spreader out. I'm just going to take that half a bag of salt that I have left and that might be all it really needs. You know, just throwing a little on the porch and a little around. They have a big van there, so I'm just gonna put it around the doors of the van and down the back of the driveway so it doesn't ice up there. That'll be it. You know, like I said, I find this to be pretty lucrative, so I'm probably gonna run an ad and do it a lot more. So here you guys can see, this is a pretty small property here, just a small little driveway and porch, so it's not even worth me getting my fertilizer spreader out and dumping it in there, as I'm just kind of sprinkling it by hand here anyways, all down by the side of our van and in front of it and up there on the porch. So you guys will probably recognize this property. I do this property in a lot of my videos. This is where I've done my Exmark review, and there's a lot more footage coming up on this property that we're going to be doing over the next year or so, I guess you can say. I have this customer for quite a long time, so I plan on doing a lot here. You guys will see this property a lot. Well, that was it for that one. That's all that one takes, just that little bit there. That one wasn't bad at all. Like you see, it took me, what, 2 minutes or less and did it. It wasn't really even worth me taking the salt spreader out, so I just threw it by hand is all I did. So that was it. That's all I had to do is just put a little salt down all around just 2 properties. I only have 2 right now, but I'm looking at picking up more. My commercial contract that I actually mow for told me that they might have me do it, but it's kind of on a limited time thing. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.